What's up guys? I am going to be doing a quick unboxing and a quick overview of the GoPro HERO4 Silver edition. Those of you that are familiar with the GoPro models in general, GoPro, their top of the line used to be GoPro HERO3 Black edition. Now they have the GoPro HERO4 Silver and Black. The black is actually now their top of the line, but I decided to get the silver version because this is the first GoPro camera that actually has a built-in LCD screen on the back of the camera. So those of you not familiar with the GoPros, before it was kind of hit or miss. You hit the record button and you get what you get, whereas now it's more like a digital camera and you can actually see what you're recording. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go through what's in the package. I'm also going to show a quick demonstration. I'm going to call it GoPro for Dummies. For those of you that are average users that are just wondering how the hell do you use this thing. So I'm not going to go too much in detail. I'm going to try to keep it simple, but let's go through what's actually in the package, and then I'll go through a quick run through of how to use the camera. So I've already opened this, but to show you how it comes packaged, it comes in this nice case. Comes in a plastic see-through case, and there's a bunch of supplies in the bottom of this. So what you basically do is take off the plastic, okay, it's a plastic case, and then here's the GoPro itself. So as you see, it's the HERO4 edition, okay, and it's pretty cool actually. It comes mounted to this stand. One thing with the GoPros in general, there's different types of stands, but you need this this screw here, this thumb screw that actually takes the camera off of the mount. Okay, so you'll need tons of these for all the different mounts that are out there. So I'm going to leave it on for now. I'm going to show you what it comes with. Okay. Okay, some cool GoPro stickers, getting started with GoPro, basic books, stuff, whatever. Okay. I'm actually going to take this off because it's actually making the package a little heavy. So you basically unscrew this, or you could unscrew it. What you could also do, this is actually a mount here. So you squeeze the back and it slides right out. Okay, and you see that it mounts this way. So if you look at the bottom of this clips right into certain mounts. Okay, and it comes with this little stand, so you can store your GoPro if you want, and it just clips right in here. Pretty cool. Okay, we're gonna clip that out. A little tight so you know it's secure. Alright, we'll put that aside for now, and let's see what's inside. Okay, let's take everything out. Okay, let's put this aside for now. So these are the different cases that it comes with. I'll get into that in a minute. These are the different types of mounts it comes with. This looks like same mount that it's already on. It just raises a little bit, gives you more flexibility to add different arms and whatnot. So as you can see here, you put all these different arms together on it. You can kind of configure it any way you want. So basically you do this, take one of these screws in, stick it here, and then you can mount the GoPro a little bit higher. You can mount it sideways, lots of different ways. I'm not going to get into the different mounts. They're not as complicated as it looks, but yeah, it comes with different mounts and different elbows that you can configure the GoPro for. Obviously a charging cable, so you can charge the GoPro or connect it to a computer. I suggest that if the batteries on these things do not last, so my suggestion is that you get a separate battery charger with some backup batteries. But here's your typical charging cable. It kind of tells you on the box too, you know, all the different things about the GoPro. I'm not going to get into that, but you know, you basically have, I don't know if you can see this, but you know, you get the camera, you get your standard housing, chargeable battery, you get a curved and a flat adhesive mount. They call this a three-way pivot arm. Okay. Quick release buckles, and skeleton and touch back doors, which I'll actually show you too. Okay, So I'm gonna take this off this mount. Okay, now it's easier to show you. Okay. Stick this back in here so it doesn't get lost. Here's the adhesive mount. So basically, if you want to stick this to your dash or anywhere that you might be using it regularly, there's a curved one. You can stick it right to like a helmet if you're a snowboarder or you're riding a bike, whatever. You could stick it on there. This is a curved mount. Here's a flat mount, so you put on the dashboard of your car, wherever you want. So you basically, what you could do is wherever you want to use these adhesive mounts, you clip this right in and it locks your GoPro in place. Okay, makes sense? So I don't know if I'm going to use these. I just don't like the idea of anything that's adhesive permanently, stuck permanently to anything. So, but you can if you want. So if you plan on, depending on what you're going to use this for, you want to stick it on a helmet, like I said, or whatever you think is going to be your permanent usage, you can stick this on and just slide the GoPro buckle right in. So let's get to the camera case itself. Right now I have the skeleton case on it, so this is not waterproof. The purpose of the skeleton case is you can actually touch the LCD screen. Okay, these other cases are waterproof, so I'm not going to open these for you, but this one, all hard plastic. There's a nice rubber seal around the outside of it. This one is supposed to go up to about 150 feet or about 50 meters underwater. So that's probably what you see when you look online and you see people filming a lot of cool underwater scenes. They'll use this one that's completely waterproof. Okay, that's complete plastic with a rubber seal around it. So that's one case back. This one, it's not completely plastic, but it's like a thin layer of plastic that you can still touch the touch screen. So this is supposed to be waterproof up to about 10 feet. I probably wouldn't even bother with this one. If you want to use the LCD screen, they recommend you use this one. If I'm going to put my camera underwater, I'm going to use this one. That's going to be completely waterproof. I'm not even going to take the chance. But this one's like a soft plastic in the middle of it. But right now, I have the skeleton where I can completely use the touchscreen. So how this basically works is, you flip this over, pretty tight, so you know it's secure. You hear that, okay? You flip this over to get it off, okay? Out comes the camera. So as you can see, completely see-through, so you could use the LCD screen. So this is what the case looks like. Okay, put that aside. So here's the actual camera. Actual camera is tiny. I would have to say it's about 2 inches, about 2 or 2.5 inches wide, maybe about 1.5 inches high, maybe 3/4 of an inch thick. But this thing is tiny and it is small. Really cool. Wow, really small. The size of my hand, size of the camera. Okay, really small. Okay, so what I'm going to do now real quick is I'm going to turn it on. I already stuck a micro SD card in here. Okay, takes up to a 64, I believe 64 gig micro SD card. Might take larger, don't quote me on that one. But right now I have a 16 gig micro SD card, and obviously the faster the card you get, the better the camera is going to perform. Okay, so obviously here's your different ports. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, you have one is a mini HDMI port, which it doesn't give you that cable, and here's your USB port. Okay, I would be careful with this cover. You don't want to lose this cover. Okay. Here's the battery compartment. You stick your finger in here and you slide. Okay. I don't know how the Hero 3 models were with the battery, but this is supposed to be much better improved way to put the battery in. Okay. Like I said, these batteries they do not last very long. So I already got a couple of third-party battery backups because you know what, I already tested this. I think the battery must maybe lasted 45 minutes max. So there's your battery compartment. So let's turn it on. Here's your power button. So you basically push this once. Okay. Okay, right now it's telling me I have 0 files. That PT means I currently have it on Pro Tune, meaning I can customize the settings if I want. It's on 1080 resolution, 60 frames per second. That's what that's telling you. Here's your shutter release button. Okay, so if I want to start recording, I just hit that button. Okay, so you can take pictures and you can do video with this, and I'll show you through the settings. And this button here is meant for locking in settings, also scrolling through your different menus here. If I didn't want to use the LCD screen, I could actually go through here and change the settings. Okay, I'm not going to go through that now, but as you can see, I can change my different settings now if I wanted to. Okay, so you can use this for settings, or when you're recording, you can click it, and I haven't used it yet, but you can mark but you can mark actually your favorite scenes in a video. Hey, you got a good scene, you click that and it highlights it somehow. I haven't done that yet though. Okay, so basically you want to change the settings without looking at the back. Click this button, alright, and then you can scroll through. Okay, as you can see, all these different settings. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, so here's the back. Here's the LCD screen. This is really cool. All the GoPros before the Hero 4 actually never had this, supposedly. But this is cool. So to go through the different options, like I said, I'm going to do it quickly. Okay, when you first turn it on, you have to unlock it because they don't want you messing with it by accident. So here's your different options. You swipe to the left, video option, single picture option, burst. I will tell you the burst option, holy cow, right now I have it to 30 frames every 3 seconds. You think that's fast? You can actually do here 30 frames every 1 second, which is almost too fast. So I actually changed it to 30 frames every 3 seconds, but you can do 30 frames per second, which is insanely fast. So let's go through this one more time. Okay, swipe to the left, you have a video option. If you want to put on video, single, you want to take one picture. Burst, you want to take burst. If you want to play it backwards, already on the card, I don't have anything on there, and your basic setup. Okay, so this does have wireless, so you can get an app for Android or iPhone, so if you can control the camera from the phone. Orientation, so for example, if you want to hang the GoPro upside down, you would want to change the orientation to down. I'm not going to do that now. Default mode, basically when I turn the camera on, I want to do video, so I left it on video. So basically here are your different options. If you want how loud you want the beep to be, how many LEDs you want you want it to blink when it's going through the different options. So I'm not going to go through that. I'm going to go through the easier options. Okay. So I think most people are going to leave it on the 1080 Super. But you could also change it to regular 1080, 960, 720. Here's basically your different resolutions, but I'm going to leave it on 1080 Super View. Okay. 1080 Super View can do up to 60 frames per second. So I think that's probably your best option for most videos. Okay. Low light, I leave that on, so if the camera will detect if you don't have a whole lot of light, it'll brighten up the picture. Spot meter, what that is basically, it's right now off, but they recommend you spot metering when you're, for example, in a dark place shooting somewhere that's bright. So a perfect example is if you're in a car and you're shooting outside the car and it's sunny, you want to turn that on. Pro Tune I have on. I would think by default most people will leave it off. That's basically, if you're good with DSLR cameras or knowing how to adjust camera settings, you can use this, but most people leave it off, and basically you're letting the camera figure out the settings itself. The ISO, the white balance, all that stuff. So I would say if you leave that off, things get a lot simpler. But I actually leave it on because I like to adjust my white balance, your ISO, your sharpness, all that stuff. Okay. So basically, I'm going to exit out of here now. Okay, so swipe to the side, you get your different options. You want to be video, single, burst. Okay, and swipe up, you can actually, it's almost like a sub menu. You edit those options that you've already chosen. So for example, right now I'm in video mode, I can adjust the video settings. Okay, and what I will show you, like I said, the burst, I have it on 30 frames a second. Just listen to how insanely fast this is. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. Okay, that's 30 frames per second. Now, I think a little bit, maybe, I think that's for really fast action and you're looking to literally catch maybe someone diving into the water that very second. I almost think for regular action, nothing that you need to catch every single detail, I think 30 frames in 3 seconds is actually pretty good too. Still a lot of pictures. Still a lot of pictures. I don't know any camera that does 30 frames a second. So for now, until I figure out which option I want to use, I'm going to leave it on the fastest. Okay. Okay. So basically, if you look here, you know, that's for different accessories that the GoPro has to offer. So for example, you know, the models that don't have this LCD screen, you can actually plug an LCD screen in. It does add bulk to the camera though. So, you know, there's nothing that I'm going to need to add to the back to this, but like I said, I'm going to those were the different options that I wanted to show you on the GoPro Hero Silver. Okay, so this is the only GoPro camera right now that has this built-in LCD screen. All the other ones is basically got black back, and you know, you basically you're hitting this shutter release and you really don't know what you're getting. So I think this is a cool feature. And then I'll just show you the front real quick. All the options that I basically went through, you can access through the front. So for all the GoPro cameras that don't have the screen, you have to go through the front. So this is pretty straightforward. You hit the settings button on the side, and then you basically just use these buttons and you scroll down or select with the shutter release button. Okay. So for example, if I wanted to change the mode, once I'm highlighted here, see? Okay, back to video. So this goes down. If I want to change 1080, I use the top shutter release button and just scroll through my options. See, 4K at 15 frames a second, 2.7K, 24 frames. I can change that to 2.730, but I like it on 280. Let's change that back. 1080 super view. That's what the S means. And I'm going to change it to 60 frames per second, which is what I like. And then once you're done, hit the settings button again. Sorry. Okay, so that's basically it. I don't want to spend too much time on the video, but I said this is a pretty cool camera. If you check my channel out, you'll probably see some sample videos, and I'll continue to take sample videos until I figure out, you know, what's the best way to upload 2.7K or 4K videos, or you know, even 1080, just to get the best viewing image on YouTube. So because that's basically what I want to get this for. So that's my quick unboxing, really quick overview of the GoPro HERO4 Silver. My recommendation, unless you have a 4K monitor or 4K TV, what do you need to shoot in 4K for? And I will tell you, one video that I did shoot in 4K, holy cow, wasn't very long, maybe 10 minutes, was like about 4 gigs in space on my computer. So it takes a whole lot of space on your hard drive. 2.7K is not a whole lot better, but it definitely doesn't take as much space as a 4K. So I mean, 4K probably I would say for the professionals, but I think for your average user like myself, the screen is everything. Honestly, I honestly think the screen is everything. So if you're used to digital cameras and you need to see what you're shooting, this is everything. So that's my quick unboxing and overview. Any questions, leave a comment. Thanks.